Welcome to the Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blu-rays and take the biscuit. I'm your host James. I'm joined by my co-host Jade.
Hi!
This is your first one officially as co-host.
I know, and I am so excited.
Well, we've picked wisely.
Have we?
Well, it was... I don't know what happened. I don't know what's happened to me recently, where I've gone, okay, maybe the DC stuff isn't all that bad.
What do you think's kind of put this into your head?
I don't know. I think it's that we've watched a lot of bad films recently.
So The Flash has done this to you.
The Flash started it, and then every film we've watched since has been dire. Asteroid City apart.
Yeah, Asteroid City is just an anomaly. Completely great.
So I've gone, oh, okay, well, maybe all bad films aren't that bad, and maybe I could find some enjoyment
Out of a bad film.
out of a bad film. And what other better one to talk about?
Then this absolute classic.
Oh, 97's Batman and Robin.
And Robin.
Okay, first things first, I want to get this out of the way because I know it's going to come back to haunt me probably. This was the first Batman film I ever saw.
Ooh,
I didn't know who Batman was before this. My family didn't know comics and stuff.
Oh no, that's such a shame because I was really lucky. I got to see Batman Returns first.
Okay, on video because you would have been...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. No, this was the first one. I didn't even see this at the cinema. I don't know what happened. I think it just came out on video.
Yeah, I remember it used to... Parts of Batman Returns used to appear, you know, it used to go through the different film ratings. And it used to show bits of Catwoman and stuff, and it used to show you like a PG. Do you remember?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, meow.
Yeah, that's what I remember. That's kind of my early memories of Batman.
The thing is, I had a PlayStation 1. I was quite gifted in a...
I was gifted.
I was gifted a PS1 for Christmas and birthday.
Was it chipped?
It was eventually chipped. But I had a Batman and Robin video game.
Okay.
And to this day, I've still not completed that video game.
You haven't?
I really haven't.
You need to get on that.
It's very difficult.
Oh dear.
It's really not easy. Have you played it?
I haven't, no.
You've got to be in certain places at certain times, and it's...
No wonder you're fucked then.
I'm screwed. I can barely show up to work.
We know.
Alright, well, okay. Well, we're talking Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
I have a lot of love for this, but over the years I appreciate that this isn't a very good film.
No.
However, I'm gonna defend the fuck out of it. Like, I don't care.
Okay.
I posted my ranking of all the Batman films to ever exist, and I didn't put this last.
Oh, that's interesting. What did you put last?
I put The Dark Knight Rises last.
Oh, I don't know about that, James. No.
And my argument is, and some people have seen where I'm coming from, and some really don't like me, and I'm pretty sure I lost followers when I posted it, is that I said, I'd rather watch an entertaining bad film than a boring good one.
Yeah, no, and what would you say? You like a big swing and a miss? And I think this film is that?
But the thing is, it's market. I was the target audience. I was 7 years old. I got a lot of the merchandise, like the action figures and stuff. And I thought, this is noisy, this is loud, this is bright. What's not to like?
This is the kind of film that kids would just be put in front of by parents or by babysitters just to get them to shut up and eat their dinner.
That is what happened to
That
me.
is basically what this film is. And for that reason, it works.
And I bought it.
Yeah.
How was your first viewing of this? Do you remember? Were you like, because you're a bit of a nerd.
I am a bit of a nerd.
So
No secret there.
No, okay, good. But had you already had that existing knowledge of what Batman should be, or were you like, okay, you were shown this and then you got that?
Weirdly, a lot of what I got from Batman, I actually got from The Simpsons to begin with. I know.
Okay. So like Adam West
So
stuff.
a lot of the Adam West stuff, yeah.
Okay.
And obviously you can see where they get this from. Mm-hmm. They play a lot on that kind of aspect in this film.
Yeah.
But I remember enjoying this purely for Poison Ivy.
Okay.
She was the one thing I took away from it. Mm-hmm. But even younger, I knew this was terrible. Because again, I was lucky in seeing Batman Returns first.
Well, some of us aren't lucky enough to have that. Some of us get sat down in front of Batman and Robin and we have to make do.
Yeah, even back then I knew Robin was so whiny and annoying.
I related to him. I think I still do, a little bit. Part of me is like, I want a car. oh, chicks dig the cock. I don't know why I've gone full crush from Finding Nemo.
Neither do I.
Obviously, it's not without its problems, so we should probably delve into
Delve.
how this film, how it got to the way it did. So obviously, 89, Batman.
Yeah.
Tim Burton, Keaton, Nicholson.
We love it.
The dream team, okay?
Yeah.
And it was a huge success, but it's not. It wasn't really what Tim Burton wanted to make. So he made Batman Returns, which I have done an episode on previously, which is peak Batman.
Yeah.
But that was too dark.
Audiences didn't want dark back then.
It was too. Yeah, I feel like if that would, without Batman Returns, you wouldn't have had the Batman. You know, the Pattinson.
Oh yeah, no, I can definitely see it in that. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
100%.
And you know what? Fight me if you disagree. I'll put up my dukes.
I'll fight you.
I'll fight you. But then, so the Warner Brothers went, okay, we need to sell toys.
Yeah.
This is why Batman Forever exists. Tim Burton left, Keaton left, Schumacher came on board, and we had Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
That film is mid at best.
Yeah.
Right?
It loses some of its magic for me around that time.
I don't think it ever had any magic.
You don't?
No, not Batman Forever.
No.
I appreciate it for what it is, and I don't love it.
No. I understand.
Yeah, but it made money.
Yeah.
Because toys, merchandise, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, okay, quickly, we need a new Batman film.
We need some new villains. We need to sell some toys.
We're going to sell some toys. Schumacher, do you want to come back? He said yes. But he didn't have as much as a turnaround as possible. So this was like a 2-year turnaround.
Yeah.
Which is nothing.
No, and to be fair, to turn that around in 2 years is quite impressive.
Kilmer didn't come back. So we've got Clooney.
Oh dear.
And we've got, because we've done Joker, we've done Catwoman, we've done Penguin, Two-Face and Riddler. Like, who's next? Really?
Yeah, who can we bring in now? Because we've got like the big ones kind of ticked off. A little bit that are very recognisable. So let's bring in these arseholes. What the hell was I thinking?
Here's the thing. There's a lot. No. There's a lot of villain to go around. There's something for everyone.
Yeah, and I would argue that the Rogue Gallery for Batman is probably one of the best when we think of comic book villains, really. There's so many interesting ones that you can pick from.
He's got the best villains, for sure.
Easily. And I think Poison Ivy, for me, does fall into that. She's just so different.
I like it. I'm not well versed in Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
As I should be.
As you should be. Sort that out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know it's a problem. I know that's a me problem. But here's the thing. I was never shown the animated show.
Oh yeah. And
I feel like that's some people's gateway. And I've been introduced to the animated show way too late.
How old were you?
This is recent.
No way.
Honestly, I'd gone maybe 28 years without seeing a Batman animated cartoon.
I can't believe your dad allowed that shame to live under his roof.
We didn't have Cartoon Network!
Oh no!
I'm sorry, we didn't have Boomerang or anything. We had channels 1, 2, 3 and 4 and we had to make do with it. Okay?
Oh, at least you know it now, but I'm still very disappointed in you.
Okay, but I've got the box set and I've tried to make up for lost time, okay?
Yeah.
So I've gone back and I've watched a few of them. Mm-hmm. It's tricky.
Yeah, it is.
It's going back when you're an adult and you're like, oh, okay, well,
yeah. It's
not for me, you know? But I appreciate its charm.
Yeah.
So, Poison Ivy isn't my bag, but I love her from like the Arkham games and a few comics I've read as well. Pretty good. Mr. Freeze, nah.
No.
Again, I only know him from the games, and that's probably it. I've not read a comic where he's appeared.
No, this was my introduction to Mr. Freeze.
Mm-hmm. His story's quite tragic. So why are they even attempting it here?
No, I think they tried to bring it in, obviously trying to show what happened with his wife, the whole wedding videos that they try and show. They try and give it a little bit of depth.
What's the episode called? Like Heart of Ice?
Heart of Ice.
Heart of Ice. And that's one of the best ones, isn't it?
Yeah, in this. I mean, even Gotham, the TV show, handles it really well without it coming across as too comic booky.
So what does that do?
I think they actually kill his wife in that. That's what turns him into being the monster he is. He tries to...
Like,
initially, that's the experiment in trying to make his wife better again, and it actually kills her. I think. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
I'm quoting you on it. I'm quoting you on that.
And then that's why he turns into the monster he is.
Okay.
With this, it's just kind of like, I need crystals and diamonds.
I've got so many bonds. You know, your wife's dying, mate. It doesn't matter. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
What is your favourite pun from Mr. Freeze in this?
Some of them aren't even puns. Like, what he says, like...
Not very punny.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Oh, sorry. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! But, A, that's not a joke, because that's not a very good punchline. Okay,
Yeah.
The Ice Age did. Okay, that's just a fact. Also, it's incorrect.
It is incorrect.
We all know that the dinosaurs died
From the meteorite.
from the meteor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, ages before the Ice Age. So, like, don't
Yeah,
even
because
worry
the
about it.
meteorite triggered the Ice Age
Yes!
and climate change.
But did we know that in 1997 when the script for this was written?
Do you know what? I don't know.
Probably.
But either way, it's not a good joke.
I want to talk about who did the script for this, because it's okay saying, oh, it's Joel Schumacher's fault. Honestly, I think he did the best he could.
Yeah, because I mean, we were discussing this during the film, weren't we? I think it's great to look at. I think it does have that. You do buy into that comic book world that he's created, and I do like that.
I quite like the city. I like the big statues, and
It's very cartoony.
I like that
Yeah.
though. I don't think it's as good as it was in Batman Returns, where it's like more gothic. This is more like neon and honestly baffling. I appreciate what has been achieved, sort of.
Yeah, and I love the fact it's all done without a lot of CGI as well.
Yes, there's a lot of miniatures in this,
Yeah.
and I'll always appreciate a miniature.
Yeah, I'll always love that.
Yeah, but the writer is Akiva Goldsman. Now, Akiva Goldsman he's done quite a few big hitters in Hollywood. For instance, some of the Transformers films.
Oh my god.
Hang on. He did the script for I Am Legend. He did the script for The Da Vinci Code. I, Robot, Cinderella Man, A Beautiful Mind, which he won an Oscar for.
Oh my god.
Right?
But some of those you have listed aren't good films.
Well, this is where it goes a bit downhill, because he did the script for Lost in Space and Batman and Robin a year apart.
Oh dear. Maybe he just had a really bad time.
So, like, he's an Oscar winner, fine, but I don't think he knows how to do superhero stuff.
No, I mean, like with the puns, it's as if he just literally read a comic book and went, you know what? This is going to translate straight to screen. And it doesn't.
But then again, is any of this his fault? Because 2 years is a quick turnaround from script to final thing. Mm-hmm. 2 years, that's nothing. No time for pre-production or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I think this is his first draft. Straight up.
You really do?
Yeah, because...
What makes you think that?
I think because there's good stuff here. And we'll get down into what...
I was about to say, yeah, elaborate.
Well, I'm not going to...
What do you think's good in
When we
this?
get to it, I'll be like, okay, that was a good bit. Oh, by the way, that was fine.
Yeah.
Clooney, where does he rank in your Batman?
Poor.
Piss
He
poor.
is at the bottom. He's absolutely shocking.
I think he knows it as well.
He was so bored. He was better in The Flash.
He was better in...
And all he did was appear in The Flash.
It took me a while for me to adjust to him being in The Flash, because I didn't recognise him as George Clooney. I was like, oh, Ben Affleck just looks older.
Yeah, it's not older than Affleck. That's what I'm
And I was
working
like,
for.
oh shit, that's Clooney. Okay. Yeah, he's weak.
Yeah, he looks like he's just sleepwalking through this.
I think he was, because I think he was filming ER exactly the same time as this. So he'd be on ER in the morning or whatever, and then go to the Warner Brothers lot to put on that fucking suit that he can barely move.
He can't move his neck in yet.
I don't think I think he can move his neck. I don't think he can move any part of his body, because I've never seen a man so stiff in my life. And if that gets taken out of context...
Oh dear.
Do you know what I mean, though? He's very rigid.
Yeah, I'm sure he is, James. I wasn't looking at him that closely, but it's nice to know you were.
Well, did you see the nipples? Did you see the nipples?
We saw too many nipples.
Bat nipples, are you okay with that?
Bat nipples will never be a thing.
I don't mind it.
Bat nipples, bat crotches, I don't need to be seeing any of these things.
Bat butts.
Bat butts, yeah.
Bat butts.
The way that it just zooms straight in.
Bat butts, bat
Honestly,
bulges.
so was really
Bat
not
boobs.
nice.
Hey, all the bees.
All the bees.
I quite like the suits, though.
You said this. Now, when you mentioned it, I can appreciate Robin's.
Robin's is my
suit,
favourite
yeah.
of, like, all of them. I like it when they get the freeze suits on later, when it's like got the silver stuff on.
Oh, you like the masks?
Yes, but I don't mind them. I've seen worse Batman costumes.
I don't like the Batgirl costume at all.
Well, let's talk about Batgirl. Obviously, we've got Batman and Robin, but it's not just those two. Batgirl is my favourite member of the Bat family.
Yes, of course. You love her. In fact, you bought a Funko Pop today of her.
Yeah, it was the Gotham Knights one, which is, honestly, purple suit all the way.
Yeah, we like to see a purple suit on Batgirl.
We had that back then, but I don't think we had the creativity to go, okay, let's put her in a purple one. I think it was we have to make him the same as this.
Yeah.
It's very X-Men.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I hate that.
It's got a bit of a rogue vibe to it. Maybe I'm making that up. I don't know.
No, I think you're making that up, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, the X-Men have got, in the cartoon, they've got all these fancy... Wolverine's got the yellow suit, for instance. But in the films, everyone's wearing spandex.
Yeah, because she's very spandex, isn't she, really?
But is that a product of the 90s? Was the 90s the problem?
Maybe. I just can't get on with the costume, I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't like how her boobs look in it. I think it just points attention to it, and she didn't need it.
Well, it's not without controversy. Mm-hmm. The whole Batgirl thing.
Yeah.
And you know more about this than I do, so I'm just going to sit back and let you talk about it.
So there was controversy surrounding, obviously, the actress, Alicia Stubson's her weight and how she looked in the costume, which is really, really sad that that's all that people were focused in on from this film. It's sad.
Because she's not a big girl.
Absolutely not. And what's really upsetting as well is the fact that we've not really seen much of a change in that either with superhero movies. I mean, if you look now, when, for example, actresses being interviewed, like Scarlett Johansson, doing the Black Widow stuff, and then you've got Anne Hathaway doing the Catwoman stuff, where they're constantly asked about fitting into these costumes and how they look in the costumes. And that's all they're asked. Yeah. They're not asked about the stories or anything like that.
It's a bit of a problem, isn't
it?
And
they've started fighting back.
Yeah, rightly so, but it's like...
But it's still like, we should have seen what happened with Alicia stopping acting for a bit after that, because it spoilt it for her a little bit, that people couldn't be kind, and yet we're still doing it.
I think she's quite good in the film.
With what she's got to do, she follows the brief.
Exactly. Is that crazy that I think she's quite good in this? There's two people I don't think are, and that's, honestly, Batman and Robin.
Oh, yeah.
Chris O'Donnell, again, as Robin, because he plays it like... I don't think it's his fault that the script is like written like, oh, I don't want to do everything. Oh, you never let me do anything. But he's like 45 years old. It's like, you can do your own thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. But then Batman's like, oh, I'm not going to let you do any of that. I'm George Clooney. The problem doesn't lie with the actors, but I don't think those two are very good.
No, because you can kind of tell that they're not... They seem a similar age as well, and they're trying to make Clooney appear older and more wiser. I don't know.
Would it have worked with Kilmer?
Probably worked a little bit better, because then Robin would have seemed more like a... Robin is like a whiny teen for me.
It should always be
being played by an older actor. It's weird.
Yeah. I want to talk about someone who really shines in this film. Really shines. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably going to get people going, oh, you are so wrong. Oh my God. Like, no. Uma Thurman is... very good in this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
She takes that dialogue, and it's not good dialogue.
No.
But she runs with it.
Yeah.
The scenery, it's hers. She can do whatever she wants. I think she really owns that.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, there'd be a good script for this, and it's still Uma Thurman.
Yeah, doing the role. I mean, the costumes she's wearing as well, they could very easily take over.
Well, costumes
that she has, and the big hair pieces she has, and she doesn't. She completely shines through it. She acts through it, and it becomes a part of her as opposed to the costumes wearing her. Absolutely.
I think she's genuinely really good. And if you were to say, oh, what are your favourite Uma Thurman performances, I would pick this over like Kill Bill or like The Producers, for instance.
How dare you pick it over Ula?
I straight up, I would absolutely...
You're wrong!
Curses! Come on!
Nah.
No, alright, fine. There are some things that carry over.
Yeah.
Alfred's old. It's weird.
Yeah.
I've never really agreed with Bruce Wayne having an older man just run around. Let him retire.
Yeah, I mean, especially that old as well.
I'll cancel the pizzas! Let him do it. He could probably do it in the car on the way there.
Yeah, you don't need to be doing it, Alfred. Alfred, you need an early night.
Well, he needs a cure because he is not well in this one.
No.
He does the cliche thing. I imagine there's a scene that's deleted from this where he's coughing into a handkerchief and he sees blood on it.
There was an earlier scene where he's kind of clutching at the Bat costume, where he's looking a bit unwell.
He's like, oh no.
Oh no. But he's kind of clutching around Batman's belt and crotch area, which is just, that's what all I'm focused on, is where his hand is.
Oh, yeah. But is that a metaphor for something?
Ooh, that could be an entirely different movie.
He's holding on to Bruce's manhood now.
For much longer.
Ooh!
No! You made this so much worse.
I don't think I did. So, Mr. Freeze is the big bad. Mm-hmm. It's the first time Batman has ever met Mr. Freeze because he says, "Hi Freeze, I'm Batman."
Yeah, he introduces himself and then he rocks off and does something really weird.
The thing with Mr. Freeze is he's got a big ice gun. Mm-hmm. And he's putting he's icing everything.
Putting everything on ice.
Yeah, I'm going to put this city on ice. It's quite bright.
Yeah.
If you were like photosensitive, which thank God you're not. No. This would have wiped you out, I think.
Yeah, there's so many lasers in this film as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strobe lighting. Mm-hmm. Just like Joel went, you know what, let's just get a fuck ton of lasers and let's just point them about. Mm-hmm. Because they appear in so many different scenes. But you got the beginning bit with Poison Ivy when she transforms, and then later on in the Batcave, it's just so
I like the aesthetics of it though. Is that crazy?
No. I think it's very of its time. It is very 90s.
Is it of its time?
I think it is.
Because I was there at the 90s and I don't remember anything like this.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, even like with the neon stuff and all that sort of stuff. I think like...
I didn't have any neon. I never saw neon until I was at university.
Oh dear, you've lived such a sheltered life.
I really have.
Well, you hadn't watched the animated series until so many years ago.
Okay, alright, let's not. Okay.
Let's go there.
I do like that there's quite a lot of miniatures, we spoke about that. Mm-hmm. And the sets and stuff. I quite like how cartoony they are. But the whole thing seems very Adam West Batman.
Yeah, it does.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
The choreography, the dialogue, or just everything. If it was going for a love letter to the Adam West stuff, it's done it perfectly.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why I like it though.
Okay.
Is that... Yeah, again. I'll defend it. I always have a good time watching this. Until that middle bit. That middle bit
drags, especially when you've got the bike race and stuff. It's just...
It goes,
and it's boring. And do you know what? It's not needed. We could have had a better scene.
It goes too Lost Boys for me.
Yeah.
And I did like The Lost Boys, but again, I only watched that a few weeks ago.
Again, so I don't know if I actually trust your movie judgment.
I wouldn't, honestly. I know there are better films than this, but I'll defend this one until the day I die.
Again, there's elements of it, and again, we've interestingly both given it the same review. Well, not review, same scoring on Letterboxd. We've not seen each other's reviews either. I
don't think I ever budge from it though.
No, neither do I.
You'd give it 2.5. We gave it 2.5. So
yeah.
You think this is 2.5 stars?
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know, all that has been taken up by how great it looks aesthetically, and also for how great Uma Thurman's performance is. And do you know what? To be fair, I think Arnie has a really good time with it.
I have a thing.
Okay.
I quite like the CGI.
No, you don't.
I don't understand why. I can't explain why I like the CGI.
Why? That's terrible.
But it feels like it's sort of a little PS2 cutscene-ish. But I can't explain to you what sort of CGI that is, because I don't think it's quite... We're 2 years away from Phantom Menace, which is...
Only 2 years away?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But it's sort of like a photorealistic thing.
Yeah.
And we watched it in 4K, and it looked quite good. There are a few... I mean, okay, there's some instances where it doesn't. I'm looking at you, single tear down the cheek that freezes. That was weird. But when the Batmobile's chasing Mr. Freeze's tank and stuff, that looked okay to me. And I thought that was better than the Flash's CGI.
The problem is with the Flash is that CGI was so poor because they tried to make things look so realistic that the fact that it then looked cartoony. Do you know what I mean? They're trying so hard for it to look realistic that it starts to look stupid. But do you think maybe you've got a bit of nostalgia built in with that because you're thinking like of when you used to play the video game?
Well, the video game doesn't look very good.
Maybe that's why you can't get any better.
But I remember... you can't see... You're driving around the streets of Gotham in that beautiful Batmobile. I'm sorry, that is a nice Batmobile.
It's a nice car.
You're driving around, but you can't see much that far in front of you.
Yeah.
And then, so... it's like the street sort of appears a few bits in front of you. So, I don't know, maybe it is that. Maybe I do...
It's a nostalgic thing, maybe.
I think so. I remember always playing the first level and just driving around Gotham City because I was like, oh, Mr. Freeze has got away. Because you have to be there at a certain time.
Well, no wonder then you're fucked.
I don't think you understand. You have to be there at exactly the right time.
When are you ever somewhere at exactly the right time?
This is why I struggle. If anyone's ever completed the Batman and Robin PS1 game, please let me know and how I get past the first level. So, yeah, Mr. Freeze is trying to... Well, actually, what is he doing?
I don't know. I mean, we only know a bit later on when he eventually joins up with Ivy, some motivation. Uh-huh. Until that point, all we know is he's trying to steal diamonds to work his suit.
Well,
I think he's doing.
But the thing is, like, in the first act, he tries to blow up Gotham with a rocket he gets away on. Because he sends a rocket into space, and he's like, when this lands in Gotham, it will be obliterated. And right, but then that doesn't go to plan, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm just going to steal more diamonds because he needs it for his suit because that's how it works." That doesn't make sense.
Diamond energy, apparently.
That's not a thing.
It's not a thing. You cannot. Oh my god! Why? Why did anyone think that were a good idea?
Because I don't know.
I suppose it's kind of like the whole idea of a big bad villain stealing diamonds from a museum. It's your kind of classic. Like villain hero story.
I know what you mean, but like Mr. Freeze has motivation. He's trying to cure his wife, who is dying dead. She's alive, but she's in this tank. She's frozen. She's frozen, right?
She's frozen in water that's moving.
So not
which I find very strange.
Very cold water.
I don't know.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you.
But.
And her hair wasn't moving, and nor was her dress. You'd expect her dress to be floating up.
No, her dress was moving, because when Poison Ivy turned it off, it floated down.
It was strange.
It was alright. But then he's like, oh, I've got to freeze the entire world. And he gets gaslit into freezing the entire world by Poison Ivy. But then he forgets, like, don't forget your roots. If you're going to be a villain because of that one thing, it's like Peter Parker. If he was to completely forget about Uncle Ben's death, and be like, oh, I'm just doing this because I'm having a great time. Whatever. No more villains. Then you've lost what you're doing it for.
It's what I find really weird is that he seems to forget about his wife twice in this.
Yeah.
So right in the beginning, once he's back at his lair and he's got his weird, like, hockey team all eating frozen food, a random sexy lady comes out of nowhere wearing next to nothing.
Talk about your cold shoulder.
Bearing in mind that all of his, like, hockey team are all freezing their asses off wearing all these big parkas, and she just comes in these, like, sexy underwear.
Do you think the goons in Gotham City just sort of for hire? Or do you think they have to go?
I think they're probably for hire.
Okay. So Mr. Freeze is paying these people? Possibly,
but he still doesn't explain what that woman was doing there.
Okay.
And then later on, when Ivy says, oh, your wife's dead, he's upset for about 2 minutes, and then she's like, you know what, let's destroy the world, and it'll just be me and you together. And he's we're Adam and Eve. Well, what do you think Adam and Eve are going to be doing?
Poison Ivy's always got this thing in her head where it's like, okay, I care about the planet, and no one's done anything to...
I'm Mother Nature.
I'm Mother Nature. Actually, I think she's really good. Oh, we haven't even spoke about Bane. Do we need to?
He's just... In this, he's just acting as Poison Ivy's lapdog. He's just her muscle, isn't he?
It could have been anyone. It didn't need to be Bane.
No.
Was Bane popular? Is Bane popular?
I think is he just popular because of the Nolan?
He's popular.
Movie?
He's popular now because of the Nolan stuff and Tom Hardy performance.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was then.
But then I was actually thinking, is he just kind of was he a bit of a lapdog in that though for Talia?
For Talia al Ghul, yeah.
So is that just what his character is?
Maybe. He's the only one who can match Bruce Wayne in terms of strength, which you don't get an idea of because it's George Clooney. Like
He doesn't look like a strong...
He doesn't look like a strong Batman.
He's not a strong Batman, is he?
No. He's not a strong actor.
No.
I said it. Everyone's trying to, like, sort of work in for themselves and trying to get their own thing. Batman's having problems with Robin because Robin doesn't trust him and won't let him do his own stuff. It's Batman and Robin, not Robin and Batman. Like, who gives a shit?
What? I want my signal in the sky. Fuck off, it's both of you. You both have the bat sign. Calm down.
No offence, we did this a little bit in the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've just kind of recycled old things, I'd say.
They thought we wouldn't notice. We did.
We did.
So, Poison Ivy is... This film's... When you get down to the crux of it, it's quite short. If you took out all the filler, there's a lot of filler, because this is like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's long. If you took all that out, it'd be an hour and 15.
Easily. And do you know what? I think it'd be a lot easier watch if it was.
But again, there's a good film in this. If that script had a few more treatments, passable. I think we'd... MCU level.
You think? That's quite a bold statement
I've done said it, because there are some bad MCU films.
Especially recently, the MCU's just gone downhill. That's the question, though. Is this better than Thor Love and Thunder?
Yes, it is. Of course it is. at least it's... Well, it's unintentional, but yes, it's a better, funnier film. Certainly funnier. The fight scenes in this are boring. Mm-hmm. I don't know where the joy in the film comes from. I think it is the villains. Well, the actors playing the villains, sorry.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it's the fact that the actors playing the villains are having such a good time with it. Mm-hmm. And they are so cartoony, and so their performance is great. And I think it's such a quotable film.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I think that's where the enjoyment comes from. I think the enjoyment comes from being able to laugh at it.
I'd say laugh with it.
I think maybe a bit of both, because it's definitely a film you laugh at.
Have you heard the story about how Joel Schumacher would direct this?
No, tell me everything.
So he'd have it like a megaphone. This is George Clooney's words. He'd have a megaphone on set and he'd go, "Everybody be quiet. Okay, Bruce, you're sad. Your parents are dead, and action." And then he'd just have to be like, Batman, sort of thing. Joel Schumacher didn't care. It was a paycheck for him.
Yeah.
But I think he tried.
It doesn't come across necessarily as a paycheck kind of film.
Yeah.
It does for some of them, like for George Clooney, etc. It does come across like they did it for that. But I think it's still a well-made film.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can tell that there has been a lot of love go into it.
It's certainly coherent.
Yeah.
I knew what the plot was. This could have used the Scarecrow.
That's the thing. I think Scarecrow is quite an iconic villain, but I think the problem, because we said this during the film, do Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze go well together as a pairing?
Well, no, because here's the thing. One wants to use plants to take over the world. The other one wants to use ice to take over the world. They're going to clash eventually. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they're working as a team.
Yeah.
I would think if you were going to put Poison Ivy with anyone, it would be Clayface, right?
Yeah, somebody along those lines.
Or Swamp Thing.
Ooh, that's a lot of green for a film.
The aesthetics would be nice.
Yeah.
You know? Well,
but who would be more memorable, Swamp Face or Mr. Freeze?
Well, we have to put him against each other. Freeze is good though. Like he's a good villain when he's done well.
I just don't think that they went well together.
That's
all.
No, but I don't think their scenes are quite. They're entertaining, but unintentionally. Again, because I don't think Uma Thurman and Schwarzenegger are compatible performance-wise.
No.
But they're both doing the same thing. Despite them doing the same thing, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. They just seem completely off. But again, they've still got more chemistry between them
than Batman
and
Robin.
Robin.
Which is a problem, because that's what the film is called.
And even Batgirl, I'm sorry, I don't feel like she's got much chemistry with any of them either.
They do a thing. She's not Barbara Gordon, she's Barbara Alfred.
Barbara Alfred.
Pennywise?
Pennywise?
Pennyworth.
That would be a very different film.
It's Alfred Pennyworth, isn't it? It's not Pennywise. That was on me.
That's a different kind of clown.
It's late.
Oh no.
So it's... Now I'm thinking about it, maybe it's not a good film.
About time.
Maybe I've learnt something today. There's a lot I do like. I like when Poison Ivy and Bane dress up as monkeys.
Yeah.
I think that's all fun.
Yeah.
That's very Eartha Kitt, Catwoman-esque.
Yeah,
That's something she would have done. That's not Poison Ivy.
And I love her opening costume when she takes the gorilla suit off.
Yeah.
That's very, again, call back to the animated series. It's just, to me, that when I think of Poison Ivy, that's what I think of.
The leotard and the
They
leggings.
just had the tights, yeah.
Yeah. I think that is a problem that they're using tights and not like keeping it real. If this was Christopher Nolan, she would be just in a really tatty like lab coat. It was very Joker-esque.
Do you think?
Yeah. But they'd never do it. They're cowards. Bring her back. We spoke about this as well. Do Poison Ivy again.
I've said it and I will keep saying it. I would love to see a Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn movie.
You're not going to get it.
Yeah, so you say. I'm hoping we do.
You're not going to get it. No way.
I hope they just go, you know what? People want it. I mean, the comics are doing all right.
Yeah. The problem is, there's so much baggage with Harley Quinn at the minute, because Margot Robbie, who's been in a bad film and then a good film, and then another good film, but they've recast and they're still up in the air about what to do with Margot Robbie. Mm-hmm. Also, who do you cast against Margot fucking Robbie? She's the queen. Yeah. So it have to be someone that good. But who is that good?
If someone's going to match her on that sort of level.
Who is that good and also age appropriate? Yeah. And Warner Brothers, unfortunately, and this is the world we live in, wouldn't want that film to be banned in certain countries.
Yeah, and inevitably it would be.
Exactly, which is sad. Keep it in the animated show. Keep it in the comics. I don't think they could do that here. I would happily see a Gotham City Sirens. Absolutely. Yeah.
I wish they'd have gone for the Sirens instead of the Birds of Prey. I know me and you will always argue about this.
We're going to do Birds of Prey next.
Oh no, please don't do it.
I'm going to make us do it.
Oh no.
It's a good film.
So you keep saying.
I don't understand why you hate it so much.
I don't hate it. I dislike it. There's a difference.
Okay, fine.
But this is a different film, James.
Okay, fine. When it gets into the final third of this and Poison Ivy's betrayed Freeze and gone, I've killed your wife, but it's Batman's fault. And then he's like, it goes very CGI heavy.
Yes, it does.
The sets in this are good. You know when it's all frozen?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good. Even
the Poison Ivy jungly scenes with the vines are quite good. We liked the Venus flytrap, didn't we?
Well, that's when she was in her autumn era.
Yeah.
There, so that's kind of a look.
Yeah, we liked that.
I'm gonna say it. Uma Thurman is probably my first cinematic crush.
Aww.
Because of this, legit.
You can see why. She's perfect.
She's wonderful.
She's gorgeous.
But when it gets to Mr. Freeze being like, I'm going to take all of the world, and he's using the big telescope and the satellites or something and diamonds, like who?
It gets really silly.
It gets convoluted quickly. Yeah. But some of them are in for the ride. Arnie's having a great time.
Yeah.
And I want to think that Chris O'Donnell and Alicia Silverstone are as well. Because they're quite good. I think they work good together. Those two, without Clooney.
They got the roof. I think especially Alicia doesn't have a great deal to do, but I think she's okay with what she's doing. Whether she felt confident in the role, I don't know.
It's a problem. Well, yeah, we should ask her.
Yeah, we should ask her. We should interview her. Like, what did you think?
We would never get Alicia Silverstone.
Of course we wouldn't, but
you never know.
It's just so messy. I mean, they get Poison Ivy out of it pretty quickly. They have that little fight in the...
That's not a very good fight scene.
No, she just ends up stuck in a plant.
We should talk about... Like, Batgirl doesn't know anything. She's not part of the team. But then she discovers Alfred's secret disc.
Secret CD.
Alfred's Mix 1. Alfred's Hot Mix, And she gets to the password, figures it out, it's like PEG. Password, PEG, P-E-G. Nah.
Quick one, what is on Alfred's playlist?
Maybe Eiffel 65. Or No Limits.
He looks like a No Limits kind of guy.
Yeah, because he has no limits.
He does have no limits. The amount of hours that guy can go without sleeping.
Michael Caine in the Dark Knight trilogy said, know your limits, and he was actually talking about
he meant that
to
song.
Unlimited.
He meant this is one of Alfred's favourite songs.
Know your limits. No limits. So she discovers the cave and she goes into it. I really like the shot where she's on the turntable coming up.
Really?
I like it.
I think it looks dumb.
No! So, she sets off the intruder alarm, and then she goes, "Oh, Alfred, it's me," because Alfred's in the computer. I don't know. Alfred's
Hail Hydra.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And he's like, "Oh, okay, here's all the secrets I ever know then. Oh, also, I've made you a suit." And she's just like, "Yeah, I'm going to put that on." Would they have won the fight without her?
Also, how is he just knowing her measurements like that? I found that really weird.
That is weird. Always know your nieces and nephews'
Do you know, if I
measurements.
asked my dad, bear in mind I'm close to my family, if I asked him to go and pick me a dress out, it wouldn't come right. How could I? I don't believe that Alfred would have known what his...
Well, he's made...
These suit measurements would be...
He needs to know how... Wait, he works with leather. Or rubber, or whatever these suits are made of. Are they bulletproof?
I don't know.
Who cares?
So she just rocks up in this custom-made suit that she didn't know existed for her.
And she fights Poison Ivy in a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Because Batman's find up and Robin, for the second time in the film, is drowning.
It's drowning, yeah.
Which Gotham City is not known for its liquid, right?
Yeah.
So, like, he's just always in some form of liquid.
Some form of water.
And he can't quite get out. He's a silly boy.
He speaks to Javier Bardem. He's always stuck in some sort of water.
Javier Bardem is one big wet boy.
He's a big wet boy.
So, the fight scene between her and Poison Ivy is pathetic at best. There's a few decent flips in there, but I feel like they made that up on the day.
Yeah, I mean, as well as Poison Ivy starts using some of the vines like a whip, almost like what Catwoman...
Oh, Catwoman did that. Do you remember Catwoman?
Yeah. It's very Catwoman-esque. It's not very... I mean, you'd expect Poison Ivy to use more of her vines and...
She can control the plants, though.
Yeah, or using the toxins that she's...
I'd imagine her to be like a Wanda Maximoff, but you just using plants instead of...
I'll let you plant demonstration there.
Oh,
some people can't see this.
Those people can't see, but I'm using the Wanda hands... You know what I'm talking about, but then to use them to sort of raise plants from there. That's the Magneto one. Again, I'm raising my arms slightly to the side, forcefully.
And she kind of does that because she's got the plants going after Robin in the water. Yeah. She's got the plants holding Batman up in the air. Wow, where were the plants helping her out with Batgirl? Just a big...
I was going to say penis flytrap.
Penis
flytrap. Right?
It's a different kind of film.
A big Venus flytrap. That's all you need. That's what Poison Ivy should control.
Yeah.
I like her in like the Arkham games. That's what I'm talking about. She can control them. The plants are massive and there's like roots under the ground.
Yeah, that's cool as well.
Not like I've made a little plant and I've got it in a bell jar. Like,
I've got Audrey too. It eats blood.
Yeah. It's going to be hungry, and once we frozen the world, it's going to be okay. No, it won't, because it can't eat anything, and you can't. You're an idiot. Both of you are an idiot.
Yeah.
There's a big satellite that they use to freeze the city.
Yeah. So once they've got rid of Poison Ivy's been trapped by her Venus flytrap, and I'm guessing hauled off to Arkham. Yeah. Mr. Freeze starts using his massive ice gun to freeze the city. Yeah. Everyone has 11 minutes to thaw out until they die. Yeah. He freezes the city, and I'm pretty sure it's like 15 minutes later that all of this gets solved. At the least. So everyone should be dead. Can you imagine if they thawed the city out and everyone just dropped to the floor? They don't. They just kind of... It's one of the weirdest things. I love it. I think it's really cheesy. It's fun, Even how quickly they seem to manage to get these satellites working. Mm-hmm. It's like, we just got into the army database and we've managed to move this satellite. But it turns out that Alfred has the same disease that Nora Freeze has. Yeah. And Victor Freeze has the cure for his stage of the disease. Yeah. So Batman goes... I'm not going to do the Batman voice because Clooney doesn't do it. You do it in your way then. You want me to do it like Bale? It's always Bale. Okay, do it like Bale. Oh, oh, please. What do you want me to say? Say the line. Mr. Freeze, I know you have the cure. Give it to me, and I'll help you. Okay, that's not bad. That hurt. Oh no, but it was so good. But he's like, okay, help me work with... if we work together, we can find a cure for this awful disease. You get your wife back, I get my butler back,
everything's cool.
You already have a cure for stage 1 and your wife's stage 3, so can I have the stage 1 cure, please?
Yeah, help me out first, because I've got loads of dishes that need doing.
And he's just got it in his armband.
Yeah, he's just got,
take 2 of these.
He does take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Call him on what?
The phone.
Which phone?
The bat phone.
The bat
Come
phone.
on, Jade.
Can we talk about all the fucking bat things that he seems to have in his fucking belt?
Famously, there's the bat credit card.
The bat credit card. He doesn't leave the cave without it.
That's a relic of the internet, isn't it? Do you remember when everyone was like, a bat credit card? Well, okay.
Yeah.
We're fans of old stuff on YouTubes.
On the old
On the YouTube's Nostalgia Critic. Shout out to Nostalgia Critic.
We love him.
A bat credit card! It's got a little buzzsaw. That's
it
cute.
looks like a little pizza cutter.
He's got a fuck ton of grapple guns.
He's got the
Well, he's got the gun. Everyone else has got a batarang with a rope on.
He's got the bat defroster? I don't know. He seems to have several.
He has
of them.
a laser. What does that laser do? But he's got bat blades on ice skates on the bottom of his shoes.
But as does Robin.
But how do they know, if this is the first time they've met Mr. Freeze, how do they know they're going to need ice skates?
This is in the opening scene as well, guys. They seem to have ice skates attached to their shoes. It's one of the weirdest things.
They click their heels together and ice skates pop out.
I mean, don't your shoes do that, James?
I mean, they do, but they do it with, like, cool stuff, like confetti.
Oh dear.
This is why I can never click my heels together. I famously walk like a penguin.
So because confetti comes out of my shoes.
So, I imagine that those were put into the thing because after any crime they do, they'd go like ice skating in Central Park together, holding hands. Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I think they do.
And that'd be cute, wouldn't it?
They do some sort of Blades of Glory sort of dance together.
Yeah!
I can imagine that's what they do.
Honestly, I never thought you'd talk about Blades of Glory in this episode, but okay, fine.
You here for it?
I like it. I like Blades of Glory. Blades of Glory. You can't keep villains in the cell together.
No.
Nor should you.
No. Especially male and female.
Problematic, that.
Yeah, I mean, even prisons nowadays don't do that.
Yeah. Moving on.
Moving on with that's what they do, and I don't like seeing Poison Ivy being a lovesick little girl over.
She does
over Mr. Freeze.
Well, she does the love me not. Does she love Mr. Freeze?
It's implied that she does because she doesn't want to be the only. She just wants to be the only woman in his life.
Yeah, because they want to take over the world. I think she'd betray him at the first chance she gets.
I got that vibe too.
I like it.
But yet they play it then that she probably does love him, so it's really weird.
I don't know. I like it though.
Yeah, we love her.
The film sort of ends with Alfred being okay literally the next day.
He's on a drip.
He's on a drip that night, and then the next morning he wakes up and he's like, "I'm okay. I'm not dying." And then
he's like, "Oh well, good you said that because I'm ready for my coffee."
And, Alfred, you have not done. I'm paying you to be my butler, not to die in my bed. Like, get back to work.
Back to work, sir.
That's nice, I guess. If this is the same Alfred that Keaton had, I guess that's a good end to his story.
Yeah.
That he was dying and then he's not.
And then he's not.
But he's still working.
He's still working, guys.
I do like that Batgirl is basically there to get Alfred out of that. She sees Bruce as like a kidnapper. The sort of a Stockholm syndrome that Alfred has.
Yeah,
got
like that. He feels like he's trapped.
Yeah.
Trapped with the Waynes, and to be fair, I suppose a part of him probably is a little bit. He's kind of.
Yeah.
He's always been with that family.
And this is what I mean. This is why I think there's a good script here. Because that's genuinely quite interesting. That Alfred he can't get out because of guilt or because of emotions, I guess. I don't know. You should keep your emotions out of your Batman films.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
It is. I mean, I suppose we've got an Alfred TV show, haven't we?
We do?
I think there is. Is there an Alfred TV
There's
show?
Pennyworth, yeah.
I've never seen it.
That has been cancelled.
Probably for good reason.
And it ended quite spectacularly.
Okay.
Apparently. I haven't seen it, but I've seen a clip and it's bonkers.
Ooh, okay. I might need to watch it for that.
Oh, yeah. You're on your own there.
Oh, shut up.
And then the film just sort of ends and you're like, okay, this is just like someone grabs you, screams in your face for 2 hours and then just runs away and you never see that person again.
It's a fever dream.
It's a fever dream.
Yeah, I think again it's because there is something entertaining about it.
It's got a lot of charm to it. I mean, from the villain side, there's zero charm being brought by Clooney. He'd be the first to admit this. He's not good in that film.
Yeah. Do you think though a lot of your love for it comes from nostalgia?
No, because we watched it just now, and I had as much as a good time. If anything, I noticed stuff that I liked more.
Like what?
The whole Batgirl thing, trying to get Alfred. There was a few jokes. There was a few extras in there who were just like, oh, wow! You know? Just little things like that you don't notice when you're a kid. And then you go, oh, okay, that's stupid. It's turned up the charm.
What stuck with you most as a child?
Basically, any of the fight scenes.
That's really interesting.
One thing that really stuck with me was the transformation of Bane, because he's really skinny and then he's really big, and my brain couldn't wrap my head around that. I think that was the first time I'd ever seen some sort of body horror.
Yeah.
It's not really body horror, but you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, because you did turn to me and you said, this scared me. When
It used to scare me.
Yeah.
I never had. Also, I didn't know you could drill holes in the back of someone's head. That was kind of crazy to me. Stuff like that stuck with me. But then, its fight scenes were quite charming. And I know they're not very good now compared to fight scenes we get from Tom Cruise and co.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that the choreography is quite good. It's basic, but it's good.
It's of its time.
Is it of its time? Because there were films out then that had Mission Impossible had been out at that point, and stunts were pretty good then.
I don't know. I'm trying to make it.
I know you are. I know.
And this is a film that I don't have the highest opinion of.
Do you like? Where does it rank for you in the Batman films?
It's quite low down.
Is it bottom?
I like the Nolan films.
Do you like Dark Knight Rises?
I do like Dark Knight Rises.
What? Why?
It's not the top. Don't get me wrong. It isn't, but it's still higher than this shit.
Okay, fine. So you would rank this bottom?
It's towards the bottom for me.
Okay, that's fair. It's towards the bottom of everyone's. I know I'm the minority in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it, and I think this is as good as Space Jam.
But do you know what? I will take that. I think it's probably about the same level. I wouldn't give it anything higher.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's entertaining.
You get out what you bring to it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's easy, it's funny, it's quotable, and I love a good quotable film, and I think it's become a bit of a cult classic for people.
Well, it is. There are places we've got local who put this on, and they serve beer and they quote the lines and they have fancy dress and stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's a Rocky Horror for the 90s.
It is, yeah.
Right?
I'd say so, yeah.
Would you say this is on par with Space Jam, or do you think it's better or worse?
It is exactly the same level for me. It's entertaining. Because again, I think Space Jam's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
You get what you come to. What you get what you pay for, really, with it.
Yeah. It's like that new Radical song that came out in 1997.
Shut up.
Do you know what song I'm talking about? You get what you give.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I was expecting you to kind of burst into verse then.
I will never burst into verse.
I will never burst into verse.
Not on this podcast, no way.
I don't know, you did the Indiana Jones, didn't you, last week?
Yeah, but that was...
Go on, do a Batman one then.
The theme tune for this is weird.
Write the theme tune.
Write the theme tune.
Sing the theme tune.
But in the Burton ones, you've got the that, but here you've just got just noise. It's quite noisy.
Yeah.
It was at the end of it, and it's chaos.
Do you think it's got quite a good soundtrack to it?
No. What I do think has a good soundtrack to it is Batman Forever.
It really does.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Sealed Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah, everyone loves that.
This had R. Kelly's Some Shit.
Oh.
They did think this was going to get a sequel, though. Steps were being taken to go that way. With everyone involved as well. I can't remember. I think it was going to be called Batman Infinite or something like that. Which, just call it... You can't get any more than Forever. Even this one took a step back and went, Batman and Robin.
Alfred's like, no.
Yeah. I have to do another
more.
one. I nearly died.
No more.
I've got so many dishes to do. But thank God this one stopped, and it killed the franchise for a while.
It really did, yeah.
I'd say, 8 years this killed the franchise, and then Batman Begins happened. Mm-hmm. Thank God Batman Begins happened.
It did, and I love Batman Begins.
Yeah, me too. It's really good. I wouldn't cover that on this. It's too boring. It's a slog, Batman Begins. The Dark Knight, we've already done. Yeah, I think this has got some charm to it. I think it should go back to it. I think the only way that you can do a Batman film with this sort of charm and this sort of stupidity is the Lego Batman.
Yeah.
And even that makes fun of this a little bit.
Yeah. Batman
fans don't know how good they've got it now.
They don't.
Chuck on Batman and Robin because it's really good. I like it a lot.
Oh, I'm glad you do. It's still got its audience. There's people that still love this. Mm-hmm. Even if it's just because it is so silly. It's silly, it's harmless, but it's so fucking quotable.
Jade, thank you very much for talking to Batman. To Batman. I was in the room the whole time.
I've never seen you and Batman in the same room.
Yeah, what? Thank you for talking about Batman and Robin with me. Thank you for letting me watch it as well. That was really nice of you.
Yeah, you owe me, actually.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, you do. You've had me watching some right shit.
It wasn't my fault, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, guys, can we just have this said on the podcast? I had to watch the fucking Cat in the Hat with James.
Yeah. Well, no, here's the thing. You didn't have to.
You did. You wanted to put me through hell.
I said, I'm watching the Cat in the Hat because I have to do it for the podcast, and you went, oh, I might as well watch it with you.
No, I didn't. That is not a real conversation.
In my head, that's how that played out.
And all the films you made me watch recently. Indiana Jones, Transformers.
Flash.
Flash, yeah.
The Flash you thought was going to be okay as well.
I was expecting better than what we got. So at the moment, you've just got me on really terrible films.
Long may it continue.
Woohoo! We love it.
But thank you for talking about this one with me.
Of course.
It was fun.
It was really fun.
Batman and Robin, is it better than Space Jam? It is. And no, it's about the same. But is it? Who knows? We'll put a poll out.
Yeah.
But yeah, see you soon, guys, when we talk about another film. God knows what it's going to be. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.